Hello, it's Lee from Leanne's Collection. I wanted to demonstrate a couple of one strokes and a split cake that aren't available in the palettes. We've got Island Girl, Summer Crush, Leanne's Tropical Butterfly one stroke, and Leanne's Tropical Butterfly split cake that's to be used. These ones I use with brushes, and this one I use with a sponge. So I'm just going to go through and swatch these quickly for you. I'll be doing other videos with fast designs with these, but this video today is just about swatching the colors, and I have quite a few. So I've just swatched the tropical palette colors in the single sizes and the butterfly palette single sizes in another video, so go check that one out if you're watching this one first. But these ones aren't available in palettes, so I had to demonstrate those separately. So Island Girl is what I use for mostly for my unicorn rainbow mains on cheek art and arm art. It's a really bright, pretty one, and you can do very nice rainbow unicorn horns in it as well. It's pretty much a staple in my kit. I get anxious if I don't have it in there. So that's Island Girl. Very pretty. Wipe that off and demonstrate Summer Crush for you. Summer Crush is what I use a lot through the Christmas season. So for about from November to December, Summer Crush is probably one of my most used ones. I use it on the rainbow behind the behind a reindeer's ears and head, just because I like to put rainbows on everything if I can. And so I'm just loading this up, but it's got this really pretty berry with the magenta and the orange. It's actually makes a pretty good Halloween color too, actually, for rainbow spider webs and things. So just going to swatch this for you now. See, it's quite dark and very vibrant. So you want to be adding some white stars to that, some flowers or something to sort of lighten it up. But it also makes nice rainbow hearts as well. Right, so now I'm going to demonstrate the Tropical Butterfly one stroke. You can see that this one's got more colors in it than my other one strokes, which makes it's very pretty, but it's a little more challenging to use. So if it's the first time doing one strokes, I suggest try Island Girl first or Leanne's Rainbow. But if you're comfortable with loading a one stroke and consistency and water, so just a light spritz, you don't want too much in there because you don't want the colors to run. Hold it on an angle and then make sure you're staying inside of your tracks, right? So I have been absolutely loving this one for just a straight rainbow over a child's head, or just a rainbow, because a lot of kids ask for rainbows on their arms as well, and this is what I would be using. So instead of swatching it the way I swatched Island Girl, and I'm just going to show you how it looks when you swoop this color over. You can see that it's very, very vibrant. So all I need to do to something like that is then throw a little bit of glitter on it. I will get, if I'm on the job, what I then do is I've got my Pro Paraffin White that I've been using for the last couple of weeks, and I'm loving it. It's really, really pigmented. So when I do my clouds, I get my little filbert brush from Leanne's Rainbow, and I start down here because that's really wet still. So I'll start here, pull it through these colors first, then as that blue starts to dry up the top, I might just take it in. Can you see that? So take a little tiny tap of that blue. So I'm always working as fast as possible, trying to figure out how I can speed my designs up, and that was one way that I can get shading in my clouds. So again, take a little bit in that blue. There you go. See, so then you have like a cute rainbow design. You could just stop there, or most of the time, if you know when you're busy and you don't have a lot of time, I would just stop as is. If I've got a little bit more time, I might add some flowers, like I could add a star stencil to that one across the top, or a heart stencil, but most of the time I tend to add flowers to pretty much every design that I paint, except dinosaurs and things, and even then sometimes I'll just throw a rainbow and some flowers in because it's pretty. So this is my new petal brush from Leanne's Rainbow, and I tend to use the same the same cake because I work at very fast-paced events. I look for what color will I need out of this to do my double dip flowers. So I want to maybe take it into the teal, then I take it a little bit into the purple, and then into the very end color there. I'm just going to put some flowers down here and then bring that back up again like this, and then I'm going to pick up the purple from that cake with a little bit of blue, actually, sort of in between color there, and then I might just write the child's name in the center there, and then then as I said, you don't need to do all of this, but you might want to do like just a little bit of line work or something on it if you're a bit slower. So throw in a starburst. Those paints are good. So see that dragged, you can see that I needed more water on that. So see now I have just that little bit more water. If I had too much water, it would actually drip, which is also not good. You can tell when I load, there's normally like a wetter side of the cake and a drier side, and so I might just go into the wet side and then sort of work it off on the wire, and then just take it off on the edges there. And I just do some little dots here, a few little dots here. I might do a starburst, another starburst down here. Just lighten that up. I prefer a filbert for the clouds. You can, you can use any sort of brush, but filbert just gives you the edge already without even thinking about it. So just want to lighten that up a little bit more. There you go. So that's sort of a design that I would do on the job with the tropical butterfly cake. As I said, it does have a lot in there, so make sure you load very carefully with that one. So just wipe that off, and I just want to take you through to the last cake, which is the tropical split cake. There's a little bit of a story behind this. We have a fabulous event in Sydney called Vivid Sydney, and the entire harbour, including the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, is all lit up, and it's very incredibly spectacular. And I will often go 3 or 4 times while it's on. It's on normally through May to early June, so it's a little bit chilly, but I rug up in my ski gear and I go hang out. And when I came home from that, I was so inspired because they had lit up the entire Opera House with barrier reef colors. I came home and I created the tropical butterfly from the colors of the ocean and the oranges in the fish and then anemones. So This cake you can, so I'm using the Fusion Petal Sponge, so I can flip this cake depending on what look I want. So I can load it with the pink end or load it with this end, and then the dark blue is for my double dip flowers and mixing it with the purple for line work as well. So I tend to try to design my cakes so that I can do my flowers and my line work in the same cake, because I'm working so fast. I don't want to be looking around for the next color, or what am I going to line it with. I know that the way I've designed these, everything is here, so I can work as fast as possible. Even though these videos take quite a long time, most of my work is done within 2 to 3 minutes on the job. I have to work really fast. We have lots of long lines. So I'm just going to wet this a little bit, and it's designed to use from the lightest to the darkest, so I'll just show you that way, and just load it really carefully, because you want to keep that yellow. There you go. So when your sponge is covered, make sure when you put your sponge back down, you're lining up your yellow and your yellow. There you go. And then I'm just going to pat this on gently, and then I lift it like that, just so I'm getting that purple there. So that's a really, most kids will ask you for a rainbow butterfly, and I like to paint all different color butterflies, so sometimes I hide the rainbow so that I don't have to do rainbow butterflies all day, because I like all the other colors as well. But for busy events, these two cakes are really fantastic, because you can do a straight rainbow with this one, or otherwise you can do a really quick pounced butterfly with this one. And then I would just get my brush again, go my paddle brush, and I can go into the teal. There you go, just a little bit of the purple, and then the tiniest amount of the dark blue there. So I'm waiting, while I'm waiting for this to dry, you can see that it's still wet. You don't want to outline your butterflies while it's still wet, because you'll be dragging like blues and purples through that orange. So you actually need it to be quite dry. So that's when I start putting in my little flowers and things while I'm waiting for it to dry. So I'm just going to make it pretty. There you go. And I could also add a little bit of glitter to that while I'm waiting. It's still a little bit wet, so if it's still wet, then I can see it's still wet, so I sort of stage all of my painting. If it was dry, I probably would have lined it and done the line work last, but because it's still a little bit damp, I'm just going to go in and do my dots in my flowers and a little bit of line work now. Okay. Alright, so hopefully that's dry enough now. I've got the brush that I use to outline my butterflies is now designed in my name, Leanne's Rainbow Angle Brush. So it's a 3/8 brush, and it's really, I don't know if you can see that, but it's super sharp. And so I will go in, and it depends. I normally go half blue and half purple, because I find the blue is a little bit strong, and the purple, I don't know, just when it's mixed, it's right in my head. So if you've got something that's a little bit muddy like that, just take, you could take I've just got wipes next to me, but normally I just take the end of an empty sponge and put some water on that and wipe it down. But I just have a wipe here because I keep having to wipe my arm off. Yeah, so I want to outline this butterfly. So I've got the teal and a little bit of purple. So I want to outline with, because I know there's purple on the end there, I want to go half into the purple. So my purple is going to pick up that purple that's shaded and then a little bit of blue. So I'm just going in to this edge, and you can see it's nice and sharp. So the sharper your paint brushes, the more control that you'll have over them. So that's really dry now, so that's pretty good. So with this brush, I then drop it and then pull it down on the edge. I'm lifting that other edge, and then I just need to add a bit more water because I'm talking. It's a lot slower than what it normally is. So let me just go one more time. And I'll just edge it in real time, I guess. There you go. So that's what I do on the job, and then it's quite dark. So if you want that to pop, then I take a little bit of white. This is Nat's brush here, and then making sure you're only touching the tip. You can come down and just outline that a little bit and do a couple of dots on that dark blue. There you go. You look like you're a rock star painter with this. So there you go. That's how I do my rainbow butterflies on the job. You could do that even on a child's arm. You could flip it and do the, I wonder if that's still got enough paint on it, probably not, but you could, yeah, you could do this as a butterfly on their arm, and then obviously do the other side with that, and just add some flowers down there, and that would give them a nice butterfly design. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye for now because I have to do the petal, the new petal palettes. I've got to go through those as well. So I've had an awfully busy day swatching everything for you. I hope you're enjoying the videos of having a little bit of a color look at things that you may or may not have, and just seeing how I use them. I will be doing short videos with them with the actual designs, but today I predominantly just wanted to swatch everything. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.